Welcome back to Game Devs Play Games, where we play games to game design, and we're back with Poi, and I'm gonna buy something from this old man. What should I buy? So I bought the big wallet.
I think magnet.
I mean,
Or you could do the compass.
Compass would be. Oh, maybe I could buy both. Oh, I could buy both. I could also buy an extra heart because I suck. But I'm gonna buy the magnet. Magnet will automatically grab nearby coins and collectibles. This also auto-equips, so you don't even have to select it. Very useful. Hey-ho! And we will do, we'll do the compass. It'll appear as a bar on the bottom of the screen. It will show you the direction of the characters and the secrets in the level. It's quite useful. Oh, I kind of remember this. It's very useful. All right, back to Cozy Canyon.
Yay!
Collect the 7 keys. Hey, that's a mechanic we just learned in the last episode.
Maybe that explains it.
Yeah, I could see that being a thing. Although I feel like it's not that complicated. Like, we got one key and it was like, 1 out of 5. And it was like, I wonder what I have to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do I... Here we go. Okay, so I select the compass and then I use it. And now we can see...
Whoa!
So there's the airship? Oh, maybe this is just where we started. Key, fossil, and
That
this
little person.
person's in here. Did we see her before?
Yeah.
In this level?
No, in the woods the first time. Want to play a game?
Sure. Great, we're gonna play my favorite game, hide and seek. I'll go run and hide, and it's your job to find me. If you find me, I'll give you something extra special. Hee hee. Oh, you want a clue? Just say I've always wanted to hide out in my own treehouse. Ready? Let's go.
Another byproduct of playing so much Breath of the Wild is when she's like, want to play a game? It's called You Die, and they turn into Yiga Clan.
I mean, I will be honest. If she turned into a Yiga Clan member just then, I probably would have been the happiest I've ever been in my life. Been like, no, this can't be real.
Love the Yiga Clan.
Okay, so I have to find where she
house
went. I did see a little platform on a tree over here. And instinct tells me that when I was playing the beta, she was over here too. So I'm going to look over here first.
Okay.
It's been so long, though, that I barely remember the beta. I do remember that I filed a couple of bug reports, though, so...
Yeah.
No, it's not over here. Oh, man. Where did I see that little, like... It was like a little thing on the tree. It was like a seat.
I do not know. I didn't see it.
Dang, nabbit. Whoop. Oh, wow. I really don't have much time to find her either.
Nope.
Well, then. I might not find her in time. Also, I feel like this isn't actually the medallion for this area. So it's kind of interesting that she wasn't here in earlier missions.
Maybe it's that
Oh, there
tree?
she is.
Hurry up. Oh, yeah.
How do I talk to you? Oh, there we go. Wow, you found me. As promised, here's your reward.
It's not the best hiding spot. You're pretty out in the open.
Right. Although, to
Oh.
be fair, we only had 2 minutes to find her, so, I mean, it could be worse. Bam. I think she's a reoccurring challenge, though. I think she shows up in the other worlds, and then it progressively gets more and more difficult. Hide and seek. We did it.
Yay.
So here's a question for you. How do you feel about them forcing us to go back to the ship every single time we get an explorer's medallion?
I think it's a little silly, especially in this one where that's not your objective. Like,
Yeah, and
you were there to get keys.
That's why I find it interesting that they had us encounter her before we even started collecting the keys. Because what if we had started collecting keys and then we talked to her and then we lost the progress of the keys that we found? It would feel like we wasted our time. That said, I do think it's important to bring us back to the main hub, because when they need to change the world in order to open up new areas, you couldn't do that if you didn't bring the player back. So if there was this weird inconsistency where sometimes you return to the hub and then sometimes you don't, the problem with that is that then the player doesn't know when to expect it.
Yeah.
So I'd say the good compromise would be give the a little dialogue that says, do you want to return to the ship? And then you can say yes or no, and then continue exploring.
Yeah, I would like that. Yeah.
It would help, especially in the case of like collecting coins for the 100 coins for the medallion. It would help that not feel like a waste of time.
Yeah.
Huh? Did you hear something just now? It sounded like it came from the top of the airship. Go investigate. You can't make me... Alright, fine. Oh, no, I don't want to go that way. Wah!
Wah! Up on the wheel.
Is it the person that we just played a game with? Is she up here? Yup. Huh. What? What's up?
Darn it, you found me.
Just like I just did, fool.
I have to board your ship before you left the forest. I want to go on an adventure, too.
Too bad.
Get out of here. Anyway, since we're adventuring together, I suppose I can give you tips and tricks on how to become a great explorer. What qualifies you, girl?
Why should I listen to you?
You'll be glad I'm around.
We'll see about that.
Sure. You're just like
face plant into the floor. Oh yeah, so that was the next one.
Okay, well.
So I wonder if the reason they had us encounter her first, well, two things I think. One was probably so that we encountered her before we started collecting the keys, right? So that we didn't hit the scenario where, say, like we found 2 out of 5 keys and then did her thing and wasted our time.
Lost it, yeah.
The other thing was, I think they wanted us to teach the player in that moment that they can do things out of order.
And now we can get tips from her.
Yeah, I think she's in the world. Again, I think we could race or do hide and seek with her again. So I think we can replay missions.
Huh.
Which is kind of fun. If you, like, I don't know, really wanted to, you could. Or, I guess in the case of getting a better leaderboard score.
Oh, that's true.
It helps justify the replaying of a lot of these stages.
A little gopher.
I like that our magnet affects the keys, too.
Yeah.
I'm really happy we bought this magnet, by the way, because it's like, I don't have to be, like, super precise now.
Yeah. Just gotta get in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
So good. Oh, no. So much time lost.
Oh, and your compass has all those keys.
Oh, okay. I guess that only makes sense, because they're not, like, super hidden. They're just kind of in the world.
Yeah. I mean, they glow, so...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, imagine
I don't know what those little, like, pins are on your compass, though.
I think those
guys.
I think those are other quests that we could do. My assumption is that those would lead to other medallions. I think one of them would probably be the guy that we exchange 100 coins for a key.
Okay.
Which we'll definitely see at some point.
Yep.
Yeah. I think the nice thing about this game, too, is that I don't think it's super difficult to get 100% completion in this game.
That's fun.
And I think that's a really big deal, right? Because a lot of these games, they kind of encourage their players to do that. But if it's too difficult, or like... Breath of the Wild is actually a really good example of, like, it requires so much time investment that you're unlikely to actually do 100% completion.
Yeah, what is it, like 200 Koroks?
900 Koroks.
Oh!
You need about 300, I think, to upgrade all of your equipment slots. It might be more than that, too. You would just do it for the sake of getting them.
That's just for shits and giggles?
Yeah. And that's why, like, I think a lot of players, for Breath of the Wild especially, don't consider getting all of the Koroks an essential component to getting 100% completion. Because otherwise, you're spending, like, 300 hours in that game. Yeah, this is a little much. But that said, like, that game is so fun that a lot of players also don't mind spending, 120 hours in order to complete the game.
I think it's a game where it's fun to be in the world, like, not even doing anything, just to be there.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really good point, too. In a way that's still sort of related to this game, because originally this game was planned to be an open world game.
Really?
Yeah, I think they changed the model maybe based on how other 3D platformers built their designs. Like Mario Sunshine, right? Mario Sunshine was technically open world to an extent, but it was mostly on a level-by-level structure, much like this.
I think the level works well for this game.
Yeah, and I think that despite it having a level structure, it has an open world feel to it. So I think they kind of get the best of both worlds with their style of design, which I think is really cool, honestly. That was one of the things I liked about Mario Sunshine, was that you're going back to these existing areas and they're kind of like free to explore and do quests or missions within them.
Right, right.
Unlike Skyward Sword, who had a similar design philosophy with their levels, but instead they were all garbage. You liked Skyward Sword, but I
didn't dislike it. Definitely wasn't my favorite.
I guess that's fair. Oh wait, I should buy more stuff. No. Although we might almost be done with that zone. 2 more medallions there.
Yeah, boy.
99 coins. Not enough for an extra heart.
Got 99 coins, but a bitch anyone. I couldn't think of anything more clever.
Yay, we have a shovel now. We can get those fossils, which I don't...
Fossils.
Maybe the fossil... Maybe we have to get all the fossils in order to get a medallion?
Ooh.
That might be a thing.
Ooh.
Ooh. I think this is the last mission, though. Oh, here we go. So now we're going to go up to the top of the lighthouse.
Oh.
Ooh, there's a thing in there.
The smokehouse.
Do you think it's...
Oh no, Tweedledee! Something has happened to the lighthouse!
Oh, shit!
The light should be kept always on!
Oh, that's why it was...
Can you take a look?
Nope.
Don't like that phrasing. Kept always on. Should always be kept on.
Yeah. Alright, check this out. Well, not that, but... no. There it is. You found a dig site! Equip your shovel using R and L, and you can do some rare treasures, so keep an eye out for dig sites. Bam.
Yay!
Got me a fossil. Show the bite.
Hooray! Yay!
Found a fossil. Yo. Let's record each fossil in your Explorer book. I heard there's an archaeologist in Mount Magma who's looking for them. You might want to find him. Maybe he can help us find Explorer medallions. Maybe.
Dude, you're obsessed with Explorer medallions. Move on!
This is why his wife left him. She was like, you don't even care about me anymore. And he's like, you know what? You're right. Explore. Explore's the only thing that matters.
Yep. She's like, bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Little bees.
Even the enemies are cute.
I know. That guy's got a bucket on his head.
That's why he takes 2 hits instead of 1.
He's a smart little bucket.
Cute little bucket.
No. So close.
This is good though. See how it like shows us the spikes kind of like slightly sticking out before they actually deal damage?
Uh-huh.
While that might be obvious, little things like that are really important to have because it gives the player the means of anticipating like how things are timed.
Right.
There are a lot of games that don't do things like that, and what happens is not having that causes the player to have to learn things the hard way, so they're more likely to get damaged first and then realize that this is something they need to watch out for. But that's punishing style of design and not challenging style of design.
Right.
So it tends to not feel fun.
Hey, this is my lighthouse. Get out.
Get out of my lighthouse. Oh shit.
Mr. Octo. Octo-san.
So this is what was inside the lighthouse all along. Who put this sign here? Oh, I just touched the bombs. Oh, I can just like hang out here.
Wait for him to
bang. Oh god.
Bang, bang.
Oh, I see. So I can like aim this. That's kind of fun.
So far, they're just kind of sinking.
Yeah. I don't remember if the beta had this boss battle. But I know boss battles were one thing that they definitely were not planning to have for some of the development, at least.
Wow, aiming seems tricky.
Yeah, especially getting it close enough to him. I wonder if it's more of a matter of like, I should move to the next one that's closer to him. Unless I can hit these tentacles. Yeah!
Well, there's some hearts on the side.
That's true. I just went over him. Yeah! Alright then.
Yeah, you might need to get closer.
Where's
Bang, bang!
Where's it gonna go? Yeah, we'll check this shit out.
Now he's gonna move away. Yep, he's over there. The bubbles kind of show where, or the water ripples kind of show where he's going. See, just follow the water rips.
Maybe this guy? Whoop. Oh. Yeah, this is an interesting boss battle. I feel like it's not challenging in terms of like having to avoid these tentacles because they don't really reach very far.
So, like, actually getting it right is kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, like I don't feel like I'm actually fighting this guy. I feel like I'm just trying to like slowly kill him until I time things out right.
Yeah. I kind of feel about him like I felt about that electric dude in Breath of the Wild.
Electric dude? What? Oh, it was like the lightning blight Ganon.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was called. Yeah, I could see what you mean by that. No, come back. Yeah. Hit you in the head.
Yeah.
Ow! Well, now it's taking these away, so I guess it kind of gives us a sort of representation of how much health he has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this boss battle was probably intentionally easy because this is the first world.
Yeah.
But I think that there's more they could have done to make it a little more engaging.
Yeah.
I think the tentacles are kind of the main point in which it feels like it's lackluster. Because the tentacles are so easy to avoid that they might as well not even be here.
Mm-hmm.
I think, if anything, they should be bigger, or at least, like, it shouldn't be as easy to avoid their attacks.
Right.
Otherwise, there's sort of like...
Here he comes.
Hoo-yah!
Looks like aiming's kind of tricky.
Yeah, I think aiming isn't the worst because it goes in the straight line, right? It's more of making sure we get enough distance on our hit. Because he kind of spawns away from it most of the time, so it literally just becomes a waiting game of waiting for him to spawn closer.
Right.
And it's outside of the player's control. It's just a random chance kind of variable. Yeah, so there's a couple of things that I think could have been done better with that boss battle, but I like the concept of having a boss battle in order to get the final medallion.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is fun. Like, I think that helps round out the game too and makes it feel like a finale for that zone. Because now the only other medallion there is the 100 coin one.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Explorer. You've been doing a great job finding those Explorer medallions. There's another world that I think we should try looking in. Yeah.
Mount Magma.
It's a little bit more dangerous than Cozy Canyon, but I think you can handle it.
I mean, the name kind of indicates that.
I know.
Cozy Canyon or Mount Magma.
Why don't you turn the ship and take us there? Watch out for falling rocks. How much time do we have left?
We're at 0.
Alright, we're gonna I want to finish off the zone.
Okay.
So we don't have to worry about it. We're gonna get 100 coins. Oh, that's kind of nice. They're kind of like, don't forget about this dude.
This little raccoon. Raccoon.
So we'll get 100 coins, and then we will be done with this zone forever. Unless we want to come back and get fossils. I don't want to talk to you. I wanted to jump.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao.
So, now that we're kind of done with this area, what are your general thoughts about it? Like, the level design, or even just, like, the themes of this zone?
Theming, it definitely lives up to its name.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely built to be, like, level 1. Like, don't worry, player, this is kind of easy.
Yeah, cozy canyon.
Yup. And I like that they kind of say that in the name, too. It's sort of obvious, I think, that it will be easy because good level design would say, like, level 1 should be easiest on its player than any of the other levels.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I don't know. I think, like, the aesthetic of it, too, like, it feels safer like, than being in a volcano.
Yeah.
Which is where we're going next.
Woo! Go land on that turtle. Mr. Turtle.
Yeah, turtle power. It's turtle time.
You don't have to land on the turtle. I just like them.
Graphics, though. Oh, man. If I stay on his butt, he keeps pooping coins. God, I just want to... Yeah.
I think turtles are pretty cute.
Turtles are super cute, except when they eat things.
And in real life, they're kind of assholes, so...
Turtles in real life are jerks.
I know. I've had turtles.
I've never owned a turtle, but I've had a lot of friends that have owned turtles.
They're not nice.
They've generally always been mean.
Yeah. They're mean to you, and they're mean to each other, and they eat their babies, and it's just not a good scene.
To be fair, a strangely large amount of animals will eat their babies. It's kind of alarming.
I'm like, isn't this against your, like...
How do you survive in the wilds?
Yeah, this is against your evolution and your evolutionary instincts. Like...
Right?
What the hell, guys?
Someone put out an analysis at one point of, like, how many animals are like the most likely to cannibalize their young. I was like, first of all, how did you get this information?
Yeah.
Second of all, that's upsetting. Bears were surprisingly low on that list, though. Oh, son of a bitch. Because I always thought bears were, like, really bad at it. Oh, look at this. Or really bad about it. But I guess bears generally only cannibalize their young if they're, like, starving.
Yeah, I guess my impression of bears is like, don't you touch my baby.
Don't you touch my baby.
I'm gonna protect my baby.
You'll be gone. It's my baby.
Watch out, bitch.
Yeah. Here's another thought, too. We lose coins when we take damage, which I think is a very Mario trope.
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes total sense, though, right? Like, we already lose health when we take damage.
Right. Ooh, diamond.
Hell yeah.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Do you think that it's too punishing, though, to, like, make the player lose their progress and coins, too, in addition to health?
I don't know. These questions like this are hard for me to answer because I really don't know if it makes it bad or not. Like, it doesn't bother me that much.
I mean, I think that's where, like, what I want to get the most out of you is, like, especially since you're not super familiar with games like this, I'm most curious how you feel about it. Like, if it doesn't matter to you, then it probably doesn't matter to most players.
I'm just indifferent.
And
about a lot of these things.
And I think that's a good thing ultimately, because if that's how most people feel about it, then that means that they could have it that way or not. It doesn't really dramatically change the game.
And it's not like you're losing all your coins. It's...
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be more... Dying in that case would be worse, because then you do lose all your coins, but...
Right, exactly. Yeah, I think if, like, we lost all of our coins with one hit, I think it'd be pretty easy to say, like, that's a very unfair consequence.
Yeah.
But, like, losing a handful of coins just from getting hit once, like, it's not a dramatic effect.
No.
So, it doesn't really matter. I guess it does help make the game feel a little bit more punishing or challenging, in a way that could make it more stressful, or, like, encourage that fear of failure, you know?
Right.
Which is important, right? Like, especially because there's a big response right now in the game industry that we need to make our games more difficult.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily punishing, but challenging. And that's because for a long time, games were kind of built under the philosophy of, like, hold your player's hand as much as possible.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, it made people ask, like, why do we are games not difficult anymore? And Dark Souls is kind of one of the biggest games that helped push the trend of like make games difficult again. But Dark Souls, I think, was successful in that because they didn't make it punishing, they only made it challenging.
That makes sense.
If you failed in Dark Souls, it wasn't because the game was badly built and it was just not fair to the player. It was because you sucked. Which I love that because, you know, it means that the player, it encourages the player to do better and actually get really good at the game, which creates an interesting like mindset when you enter games like that.
I feel like the challenge level I like is the same kind of challenge level I like for my hobbies or my professional life, where I like being challenged, but I don't like it so challenging that I'm mad and I like want to give up.
Yeah,
there's a middle ground where you're just challenged enough, and you're challenged to the point where you're like, I know I can do this. I'm really struggling, but I know I can do it, and so that makes you want to work harder. But if there's ever a challenge where I'm like, I can't do this, then I give up.
I think that's...
Or I get mad at it or whatever.
No, absolutely. I think that's a really good point, too, because...
Fossil.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you. I think that's an important piece of game design, right? Like, I think that it can vary, right? If you set your tone like Dark Souls, like this game is going to be ridiculously hard, but if you're willing to take the punishment, it could be worth the experience if you're willing to push through it.
And there are players who like that really high level.
Exactly, but I think as a general rule, it's good to make your games only only challenging enough to get what you're describing. So I think ultimately it comes down to consistency. If one part of your game feels what you're describing and the other part of your game feels like Dark Souls, then you get a lot of frustration where you wouldn't before.
I also think it's kind of a natural part of game design because you present players with increasingly difficult challenges. So you start off easy, and the idea is like you train them through it, and so they can always do that challenge. They're like ready for the next challenge. So I think it's kind of inherent, but obviously you can fuck it up.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, interesting. So that one doesn't take us back to the overworld or the ship. Which
the ship.
I guess that makes sense. If you had 100 coins and you just wanted to get that medallion, get it out of the way, you don't lose progress in everything else you did.
That's good.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we finally beat Cozy Canyon.
Cozy Canyon.
Cozy Canyon.
Huzzah!
So in the next episode, we're gonna go to. Oh, not that one. Whoa, that's. Can we go to the question mark zone? Maybe we'll go there too. I want to see what that
Mount
is.
Magma.
Mount Magma. Please don't take me there right away. I didn't mean to do this. Yeah.
Question of the day?
Question of the day. We talked about a lot of things in this episode. Oh, question of the day. What did you think of Cozy Canyon? What were the strengths of the level design there? And, yeah. Yeah. What did I do right and wrong with that? And maybe what would you do with the boss battle differently?
Sounds good.
If anything different.
If anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Check out Poi, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.